So, how do you screen a woman on a first date? The first thing that you should look out for when dealing with a new woman and going on your first date is text etiquette. Her communication should be clear, it should be prompt, and it should be committal. What do I mean by that? A lot of men will text a woman, "Hey, so we're on for Friday, right?" And she goes, "Yeah, Friday should work." And then you go, "Okay, I was thinking that we could go to such and such bar at 7 p.m. And she goes, "Yeah, Friday around 7 p.m. sounds good, that should work." I recently went on a date with a very fine Romanian woman. Anyway, she never texted me back more than 10 minutes from my text. She was clear. My last meeting ends at 4 p.m. Then I'll start getting ready. I can be there no later than 5. She used those exact words with me. And then when we met for the date, she actually showed up 10 minutes early. That leads me to my second point, punctuality. You want to deal with a woman who understands that your time is money. As a man of means, as a man on a mission, as a man with a purpose and a plan, your time quite literally is money. And if you're going to be the primary provider and caregiver in the relationship, the woman needs to respect your time. Number 3 is attire. The woman should put effort into her makeup. Now, I like a natural woman, so I actually enjoy women who wear no makeup at all. But a woman should put effort into the makeup, the hairstyling, her choice of clothing, color coordination, making sure that it accentuates her skin tone. Her fingernails should be clean, if not painted, and she should have on a good choice of shoes. A woman who shows up with very minimal effort today that looks like yoga pants and some kind of like athleisure outfit, okay, with a clutch or some kind of purse or fanny pack, she's not putting any effort into the meetup. She's not concerned about how you're perceiving her, which means that she doesn't really care. You dig what I'm saying? She doesn't really care. A woman who cares about what you think about her is a woman who sees you in a certain light. A woman who will show up in athleisure, I hate to break it to you, player, I don't care how good the tights look around her booty, she doesn't view you as high value. Women will go with me at a 10 a.m. coffee date in a sundress and heels with makeup done. I put money on that one. And if she don't, she ain't never gonna see me again. Ain't no problem. You can show up like that. I still might clap cheeks, but you just ain't never gonna ever talk to me again. The fourth thing that you need to look out for is interpersonal manners. Whenever she first greets you, there should be a smile, a bright look in the eyes. She should give you a proper handshake or a subtle hug when you walk into whatever venue you're going in. She should greet people in a courteous way. Please and thank you. Use other people's names. Whenever they're speaking, look at them in the eyes. If she brushes off the valet, doesn't ever make eye contact, brushes off the doorman, brushes off the waiter or waitress, and kind of makes people feel demeaned in the way that she communicates with them. And especially you, do you really want to deal with a person like that? You want a person who, even if the waitress didn't get every little detail correct, is still courteous, polite, and says please and thank you. You want a woman who is generous and giving and is always attempting to make other people, especially you, feel good. The fifth thing to look for is table manners. You want a woman who actually has a level of education and training in her etiquette. And what that means is that she knows how to properly use a spoon, fork, and knife. She doesn't scarf food down. She knows how to use a knife and a fork and cut and eat one piece at a time. She knows how to drink properly. She doesn't eat too fast or consume liquid or alcohol too fast. And when she orders from the menu, she doesn't order an unnecessary amount of food. That's a very important thing because a A gluttonous woman will be gluttonous in every way possible. She is the kind of woman who has an Amazon shopping list. She's the kind of woman who will max out a credit card. She's the kind of woman who will never be satisfied with what you provide, no matter how high quality it is. And I've seen this a lot. This is the kind of woman who, no matter how much child support you give her, is always going to come back for more, because the woman is a bad steward of her finances because of her gluttonous nature. So what you need when you're looking at table etiquette, table manners, it actually speaks quite a lot to a woman's overall character and personality. The sixth thing that you should look for is a woman's language and articulation. A person's language shows you what's going on inside their mind. It shows you their mindset. So it's literally a projection or display of their concurrent thoughts. It shows you a person's level of education. And it shows you a person's disposition and demeanor. I don't deal with women who curse, especially in a very vulgar way. It's one thing if she drops a glass and goes, "Oh, shit." It's a different thing if she's casually using the F word like a man who works in a blue-collar industry at a nuclear plant. Women who are crass and vulgar, I mean, just think about your grandmother, your great-grandmother. If she was sitting on the porch drinking a beer and using the F word and the GD word, you know what I mean? It's not a quaint, well-mannered, innocent woman that you really respect and admire. Pay attention to a woman's use of language. The seventh thing that you should look out for is self-centeredness. I tell a lot of the students that I coach and members in my community that when you go on a date with a woman, you should primarily ask her questions and respond appropriately to her response, because women, by and large, are selfish creatures, and every real player knows this. Women are primarily interested in themselves due to the fact that, on one hand, they're insecure and require a man's validation for their sense of identity. On the other hand, it's a whole different video. But what I want you to understand is if you're on a date and a woman never takes an interest in you to ask you about your occupation, your ideas, your purpose, your mission, what turns you on, what turns you off, your dreams, if she never gets to know who you are as a man on a personal level, that is one of the biggest red flags that I could possibly give you. I wouldn't move things forward with that woman. If all she knows about you is that you're an attorney, or you're in med school, or you're an accountant, or you're a business owner, and where you live, and that's it. She don't know anything about your family, what your childhood was like, what your current goals and dreams are, how you like to spend your day, what activities please you. The woman is selfish and self-centered. It's not going to go anywhere that's going to benefit you in the long run. Charge her to the game. Lastly, when you conclude your date, hopefully things went well. The last thing that you want to look for is cooperation. What does that mean? You say, "Listen, I enjoyed talking to you. You seem like a really cool person. I like the conversation. I enjoy what I got to know about you and the way you carry yourself. I would like to see you again next week. I'm free on this day and time. Would that work for you?" A woman who is cooperative will typically find a way to make that work, because she understands that making it work with you is going to be a benefit and a plus to her life. A woman who is unwilling to make it work, number one, either doesn't see your value, or she's simply rebellious. So remember that. Utilize these tips whenever you go on your dates, meeting new women, and you will get much better results. If you would like some hands-on coaching and consultation to get the results that you really want in your dating life, what I want you to do is comment the word date on this video, and we can do a free clarity call so I can understand your situation, what it is that you desire, and we can discuss a strategy for how you could achieve that. Now, only comment that word if you're serious about changing your results and ready to invest in yourself.